dog, I'm the know, cause I'm sick of hearing rappers rap the same. And if I hear another song that I heard the other day, just a few minutes and an hour away, drug that, all the same cars, all the drive. Wonder why it's get hooked. Then you look at what the bottle says, how much it took. My tongue is all tight up and I'm foaming at the mouth. I represent the north, but maybe the south. I'm lost in latitude, longitude, and degrees. I'm a big from the west, yet I'm a true lead. Kids write rap, but they make it belong. To the soul, but the way the parents on the did it really with the microphone? Outrageous way to keep a thing off the road. Apparently screaming and driving all over the road, flipping the bird and cussing it out with the car right next to them. Roll down the window to shout.
Feeling this beat.
It's cause you wrote it.
I think people kinda wanna know why I don't have like little skits at the beginning or ends of any of my songs. I don't know. I kinda just wanna let the lyrics do the talking, you know? So here's some lyrics. If my life started at a party last New Year's Eve, the first woman that I saw was a lesbian all over me. So you can imagine the confusion that I'm brewing. You can imagine why it's so hard for me to put two and two together, drooling over the foolish nuances of life ruling my mind. I was already out of it, now I'm blind and I cannot find what it is I'm supposed to be eyeing. It's like at every event there's a person pulling me aside at a party with drugs and asking me if I wanna try it. And I'm like, fuck yeah, cause I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to be unlike how I was in high school. But it's difficult, man, sometimes I cannot handle it. Sometimes I get high and I lose my shit. I wanna be, gonna be, gotta be the baddest. If it's the last thing I do, gotta reach to grab it. But I got a habit, it's called being pessimistic. I'm so negative, I think there's a reason they've been calling me critic. But I'm here to reverse all opinion of my prior existence. Critic is a literate individual giving love as if it was my mission. Bit it to the tongue but live it up and too many fucks been given. How many licks does it take to get a twat wet enough just to fit in? I'm zero. I need a fan that would call me hero. I want a fan base all around the world. I want to trade euros for dinero. I want a Spanish girl, chica, someone who appreciates me. Vida, could be so good. Mira, I'm not kidding. Mira, at me. I want to be the better rapper. Laugh, it'll happen. It'll be the better part of beat bottles, bash it, that shit into the pavement. But watch out, that glass is coming your way. I wanna be, gonna be, gotta be the baddest. If it's the last thing I do, gotta reach to grab it. But I got a habit, it's called being pessimistic. I'm so negative. I think there's a reason they've been calling me critic. Well, I don't understand this world we live in. It's a day-to-day existence, and I'm living with a vengeance. I needed an intervention a long time ago, so I decided upon inventions. Decided I'd make up my own reason to wake up. But living in a world that's all fake sucks. It's a headache of constant breakups, and wondering if the drugs are worth it to take up as an extracurricular activity that literally has benefits to distract from reality. Factually, I'm only active passively, and if passed to me, I will enact a bad duty, which is to say that I will engage in life fully. This is me after being battered by bad bullies. This is what a heartache eventually did to me, but it isn't so bad. I'm pissed, but it ain't too deep, because as much as I wanna murder everybody, I'm also just as in love. I wanna fucking party. I wanna be the baddest, sedative, a dabbled avidly, a matter thing to matter, sign an affidavit happily. And if it so happens that I'm living in a trap, I wouldn't take anything back, because I'm not looking for nobody to tell me how to be somebody. I don't need no one but me. If you've got something to tell me, some nonsense you need to sell me, well, we'll have to wait and see. Because Never had a passion to be backstabbed, and if it had to be me or them, I would act accordingly. With an accordion, a bash all their brains in. This ain't a game to me, I'm dangerous. Flip of the switch, slip of the tongue, I'm endangered. Flick of the tick, kick in the bum, this is painful. So much bullshit, no way to explain no. So how do I enact my deepest dark demons without it seeming like I am a fraction of evil? I'll tell you, I think that it's possible, but it's obvious you have a few obstacles. So first on my list is kick the silly habit. Stop masturbating when your sex ain't having. Stop fantasizing about your exes having sex with other men that ain't you, that's bad. Second on my list is stop feeling so sorry. Sorry for myself and sorry that I am smarter. Smarter than most others to smother me and bother all of my ability to be a little farther from this nonsense. Yes, it is constant and it's on, going on till the break of dawn. Sunrise to dawn and I'm on to you, and I'm starting to crack too. I must have already lost all of my brain fluids, because I'm not looking for nobody to tell me how to be somebody. I don't need no one but me. And if you've got something to tell me, some nonsense you need to sell me, well, we'll have to wait and see. Because I'm not looking for nobody to tell me how to be somebody. I don't need no one but me. And if you've got something to tell me, some nonsense you need to sell me, well, we'll have to wait and see. Because I always thought of myself as a hopeless romantic, a poet who would always be alone beneath lampshades, alone pouring his heart out. Feelings are rampant and trying not to lose himself in another tantrum. Thought that I'd be the one crying for your kiss, trying to win you back with a million roses. Instead I'm trying my hardest just to resist breaking your heart, which is bound to happen if we persist. Which is why in the first place I try to insist that we be friends. In the end it would really be worth it, I'm just a fucked up kid, yet I hurt too. And doing this hurts me just as much as it hurts you. But you deserve better, someone who won't take you for granted, someone who doesn't need to be holding your hand every second, cause I'm unable to wrestle my thoughts down. Jealousy's got the better part of me in the ground, and I'm afraid I lack a shovel or the strength to get out. And even if I did, shit's at the end of my mouth, ready to spout nonsense and excuse just as usual. Yet you always succumb, claiming my words are beautiful, but the lies you always hurt. You always hurt the one you love. You shouldn't hurt at all. You always take the sweetest rose and crush it till the petals fall. You always break you break the grandest heart. If I broke your heart last night, most of all. Sometimes I wonder, was it a gift or was it a curse? For me to feel life so passionately it hurts. To feel I deserve feeling as worthless as I'm worth, when I know I'm worth $1 million. That's at birth. Since then I've been accumulating all of my wealth, like records I'm hoping that one day I could sell for more than I initially had bargained to get. But forget, like Pokemon cards, I'm actually worthless. But here's a little plan I've been devising for y'all. I plan to take the planet over, revise it all, make a better world for the lessest have known, and teach a fucking lesson to the pests that have grown all over the crops. We call them underground, no one cares, and those higher up are the ones with impairments. So why is this a thing, and is anyone scared yet? Give a little listen, it'll put some hair on your chest. But at the same time, man, I'd like to be famous. I'd like to spell spend my money like as if I was brainless. I'd like a couple cars with which I wouldn't drive in, and fly around the nation in a private jetliner. Call me out of my mind, but I'm tired of whining. I'm looking to get paid for it, trying to get signing, so I could be signing all my signatures whining. Why am I so famous? All I want is some silence. And that's about the time that I look in my eyes and wonder why the fuck am I a rapper? I'm just about as white as the last to try, no matter how I keep spitting it faster. And even if I had a gun, bitches and drugs, they would all just call me a cracker. But I'm about doing just the shit that I love, so fuck it, I'ma keep on rapping. These are my dreams, these are my passions. I think I'm realistically until it all happens. Then it's just a matter of bragging and boasting and telling mom and dad this is all I was supposed to do, meant to be. I am a dreamer, not a loony though at times that's what it seems like. My therapist repeatedly tells me that I'm special, so he won't ever let me the fuck out of his bedroom. I wanna sing a song and relate to the crowd, feel like I belong, ain't know what I'm about. But every time I open up my goddamn mouth, I say the type of shit that gets a pussy dried out. They don't wanna have a goddamn thing to do with the hypochondriaism that I bring. Do my fans love me? I'm sorry, did I stutter? My flow's a little off, there's nuts in my butter. And that's about the time that I look in my eyes and wonder why the fuck am I a rapper? I'm just about as white as the last to try, no matter how I keep spitting it faster. And even if I had a gun, bitches and drugs, they would all just call me a cracker. But I'm about doing just the shit that I love, so fuck it, I'ma keep on rapping. Something's not right, something is off, I'm awfully afraid. I've been talking to these walls since I started to rap. I notice echoes all aloft, all across and all around. Am I alone? Well fuck it, even if I was, I wouldn't adhere. Underground unknown, I got nothing really to fear. They like it or they don't, all in all I keep it sincere. And wherever rap goes, I will always be here. You keep on looking at me and I keep on looking at you. We must be made for each other. I feel the fire in me, you feel the fire in you. We're sure that there is no other. So where do we go from here? How do we proceed? I need you next to me, girl, I need you next to me. I can't seem to control myself, I'm losing all of my cool. Cause I want you, yeah, I want you, you and only you, you and only you, you and only you. Girl, it's only you, you and only you, you and only you, you and only you. Girl, it's only the way you're looking at me and the way I'm looking at you. I think we must be in a dream. I'm burning up on fire, you're burning up desires, taking a hold of us it seems. Where do we go from here? How do we proceed? I need you next to me, girl, I need you next to me. I can't seem to control myself, I'm losing all of my cool. Cause I want you, yeah, I want you, you and only you, you and only you, you and only you. Girl, it's only you, you and only you, you and only you, you and only you. Girl, it's only you. I guess it's only suitable for me to write a little rhyme, cause you took me by surprise and you lit a little light on my heart dark. I was in the pitch black parts of my mind, trying to climb about and make a better life for myself. Well, it turns out I was in another realm, but goddamn shit changed when the star finally fell to the ground and I held it to the sky. Not a sound but the beat of hearts pounding, two hearts it's a vow. See me now, I feel like I could conquer the whole planet. All my pessimism just unseen to vanish, just appeared like a mess in the hands of a janitor. Sanitized, welcome back, I've made it to planet Earth. You and only you, you and only you, you and only you. Girl, it's only only things were easier, then we wouldn't have to say a prayer. Then we wouldn't have to feign disaster when it's near. And we wouldn't have to be exasperated daily, exhausted, thinking everyone around us hates us. As we think too much, we know it but won't stop. We can't, if we could, we'd fucking turn it off. And you know that if I could, I would smile, but I can't. So stop making believe happiness is in a can. So much bullshit and I feel as if I'm in a rodeo. And I'm dressed in red, just so everybody knows. If I bend over to touch my toes, they would fuck me. I'm shit out of luck, no matter how much I duck just to get out of it. I'm almost out of patience to breathe. I hope the day comes when someone's waiting for me. And if that day comes, I'll be down on my knees saying my prayers, and I'll know that things have got easier, and I can believe.
You and me together like pieces of puzzles. I can try, but I don't think I could love anyone but you. You and me together like pieces of puzzles. I can try, but I don't think I could love anyone but you.
The alcohol makes the words fumble from my lips like I have a lisp, and I have fewer inhibitions. So more likely than not, I end up fucking my life up. Always a step back with every cup that I dry up. And I'm fired up, so I'm inspired to cry my eyeballs out, cause I'd rather be dying than dining out. I'm trying to find a way out quick before the day comes when I succumb to saying I quit. It's back to work again, that's the rhythm I know. Ticking the seconds away as if I'm a drone. And it's as if I've been living a fiction existence. I'm a stereotype. The generation I live in is self-entitled, lazy, selfish, and dickish. We were meant to clean up in the shift we were given, but an all-nighter wouldn't fix it. This whole planet was ruined before we even arrived. We had nothing to do with it, but the damage is done. And though I digress, I'm in it. Every single sentence I've in is another tenet of my philosophy. Critic is fucked, but he means well. It's just that he's sick of seeing nothing but hell.
You and me together like pieces of puzzles. I can try, but I don't think I could love anyone but you. You and me together like pieces of puzzles. I can try, but I don't think I could love anyone but you.
Guess it's necessary to hammer a third verse out. Though it's not as if anyone listens to words now. It's not as if anyone gives a shit or a turd. How are we supposed to live when we're all dismal and burned out? Fucking Islamic State is faction and slashing heads off. But no worse than a church bashing a homosexual or making a female feel she don't ever say. While Animal Man destroys the planet each day. The more years I count, the more I feel I'm a menace. Just because I'm a middle-class white American with a penis. If I could cut it off without consequences, I would. But I still believe that love's the ultimate good. Even while the media twists and perverts it into submission. And women become good for nothing but tits and ass images. And have limited ambition to add to the myth. Even though these are the people that have been having our kids and raising us right. My mother single-handedly raised me to be a gentleman. And I wouldn't have it no other way. So if there comes a day when a cradle with baby Critic is a reality, damned if I don't teach to say.
You and me together like pieces of puzzles. I can try, but I don't think I could love anyone but you. You and me together like pieces of puzzles. I can try, but I don't think I could love anyone but you.
When the going gets rough, you can think of me, and I'll be there always when you need me to be. 'Cause I know it gets tough to do the things we deem necessary to being happy. 'Cause there's a whole world out there waiting on you. 'Cause there's a whole world out there waiting to see what you can do. 'Cause there's a whole world out there waiting on you. 'Cause there's a whole world out there waiting to see what you can do. When you're an ocean of feeling, but you are feeling irrelevant, you can open your heart up to me. 'Cause we're supposed to feel the feelings, they just keep on telling us we're not supposed to feel at all, we disagree. 'Cause there's a whole world out there waiting on you. 'Cause there's a whole world out there waiting to see what you can do. 'Cause there's a whole world out there waiting on you. 'Cause there's a whole world out there waiting to see what you can do. There's a whole world out there waiting on you. 'Cause there's a whole world out there waiting to see what you can do. 'Cause there's a whole world out there waiting on you. 'Cause there's a whole world out there waiting to see what you can do. 'Cause there's a whole world out there waiting on you. 'Cause there's a whole world out there waiting to see what you can do. 'Cause there's a whole world out there waiting on you. 'Cause there's a whole world out there waiting to see what you can do. Yeah. I got lots of things to say, regardless of what you fucks think I can play. Because my brain is a ricochet blade filleting a train full of lame whack rappers and draining all the competition out of the game. And the ignition is ignited so the vehicle is up in flames anyway. Same old story, today is the same day. Sorry to be the one to rain on your parade. It's a beautiful day, but goddamn you're dead. This critic has gone out of his fucking head. I see the planet is the same usual mess. So as a demigod, I will try my best to bless you all, just as long as you agree to this. If you piss me off, I'll make you drink your piss. If you find yourself off the beaten path, you'll be the last one in and the first to crash. I enact a vernacular long since gone before a time when rap wasn't something to shit on. You kidding me? There's a reason I stopped listening. My radio isn't something for you to just go and pissing. Yep, that's just what ticks me off. I'm so round about it, I become an analog clock. But at least I see seconds, I'm not at all pitiful. Like a gratification, instant and digital. You must be kidding me, I'm not the one who's an obstacle. I'm a destination and you can't be serious. You must be delirious. Clearly you're here because you must just fear me. I'm tired of little bitches patronizing the shit out of me daily, making me the pit of a gay joke. At least I'm willing to admit to my insecurities while you're clearly in the closet brewing up hatred, man. You should just come clean instead of making me target. Jealous cause of the way the chicks make my dick harder. It's not a difficult concept to grasp either. Get it out of your system, man. Eat some fiber. Way down back in the past I was so vulnerable, cause I'm a nice guy. To violence I say no, but now that I'm 23 and shit hasn't changed, I take the initiative and start to rearrange things. I'm aiming high, higher than main chicks. High, no offense, but 90% of the red eyes. And since the planet's suddenly stoned out of its mind, stupid ass rhymes are cool, but that's fine. You must be kidding me, I'm not the one who's an obstacle. I'm a destination and you can't be serious. You must be delirious. Clearly you're here because you must just fear me. tell me my depression is a result of chemicals, imbalance in my brain floating like in a swimming pool. Telling me to get right, you need to ingest our pills and just hope for the best. Meanwhile, you need to be getting plenty of exercise and adding the right nutrients into your diet. But since food is mass-produced and freeze-dried, you need to spend an extra dime for your vitamins, which may or may not work. But fuck it, it sells and helps, if only for placebo effect to your health. And if none of this works, we got stronger concoctions. So maybe my friends say you need to just get off or something. Yeah, cause 3 chicks in 6 months is an underwhelming amount of pussy to fuck. And if you can equate my ambition to jizz count, then you're just as ignorant as what I'm talking about.
I don't mean to complain, but I feel that I got a right to. I'm only living one life. I like to be able to decide for myself the things I do before I die out. I don't mean to complain, but I feel that I got a right to. I'm only living one life. I like to be able to decide for myself the things I do before I die out.
So tell me, how am I supposed to do that with such an accrued amount of interest upon my loan debt? For classes that'll propel me to wear glasses and bicker and bitch thinking I'm relevant to the masses. Cause theoretical papers don't mean shit if I gotta pay $27,000 to write it. I could have accomplished more if I was in mindset to digest more than a fair share of nonsense. Everyone said to me, school, just go and do it. Life will be worth it when you graduate to it. Like I don't deserve anything until I've studied a bunch of bullshit template I'm sure nobody was even using. Cause while I'm contemplating the rude and over the meaning of fruit, fraud, Freud, some dude, whatever, pooling all of my thoughts into a useless educational background. Not at all musical, I'm losing. And they said I go to school for it, but I taught myself how to do this. I don't need it. And besides, my idols are actually still active while you sit and teach me the finer points of classical theory.
I don't mean to complain, but I feel that I got a right to. I'm only living one life. I'd like to be able to decide for myself the things I do before I die out. I don't mean to complain, but I feel that I got a right to. I'm only living one life. I'd like to be able to decide for myself the things I do before I die out.
Meanwhile, my dream girl is on the other side of the world, and I'm in a whirlwind of fury. I've done everything asked of me to be happier, but I just can't be the same since there's a lack of her. And a lack of communication attacks and hurts, especially since I'm half to blame for it. Cause with being a guy comes being an imbecile in times when it's most needed to focus and approach the situation with the utmost of patience. And though in this case there could be no embrace, what followed had to depend on what happened in the first place, and I was unable to make it happen. Disgraced. Instead I spent a savings on drinking and play, traveling to Costa Rica and New Orleans, thinking somehow I would impress the girl of my dreams, but instead I'm depressed and feeling more mean by each second. And when I try to settle for less, I do like I just did and fall on my ass. I was vacuuming, procrastinated, reading for class when tears started to fall to the tip of my eyelashes, and I sat dizzy and dismal, distressed, looking around at all I thought I actually had.
You hung me up once, babe. It can't happen no more. I'm gonna start all over again, all over again.
There has been so much bullshit that I'm not willing to admit to. My fault, I've been living in a fictitious, sick sort of existence. But if I had to do it all backwards, it's definite I'd do it again. And I'd be fluent in it and ruining all the same relationships. Cause I believe it all happens for a reason. The seasons have to change, and if you can't rearrange yourself about it, you're bound to go insane. But life will kick you in the balls sometimes, and you'll get all pissed drunk about it. You just gotta bounce back from it. Soon as you figure out whose couch that it is you passed out on, that's just an outcome of being 23. You pretty much reek of alcohol, but it's not a problem till you're abominable, moaning about your girlfriend on the other side of the world. Girls will come and they'll go, some of them will leave bigger stars than most, but most of all you really need's the closest thing you have to you. It's you go.
I've been through this time before. I've been through this time some more. And if I don't find a way, it's the price I have to pay. I'm gonna start all over again.
Hey, Sean, wake up. Sean, wake up. Sean, you ready to record?
There's not a whole lot to tell you that you don't already know. So if there's nobody to yell at you, how do you know it's good to go? So one time I was walking, and I walked in and out of the parks, and fuck it, I was walking a dachshund without a voice so he wouldn't ever bark. He had a collar that was polished all in diamonds, and it shined like I had a flashlight in front of me just to point out the direction. God knows I don't know where I'm headed, and overhead the dark's like an umbrella. So I'm scared, my fears begin to swell up. The dog's ears prick up, what does that tell you? It means ghosts are near and here to kill her. Scared little white boy owl stroll in the middle of the night when it's better just to stay inside. Mama always said not to come, she was right, but I thought I was the shit. Now I'm shitting inside my britches. Damn son of Sam, heart racing, pace footsteps in the trees. Am I crazy? Sin so much, is someone gonna save me? Jesus Christ, baptize me. I'm speaking all kinds of gibberish as if I'm in The Exorcist and losing my shit. Linda Blair couldn't enact a fit like this, freaking out and nothing has actually happened. Then I see him, Slender Man, the long demon peeking out at me from the top of the tall trees. He's looking to kidnap me, but doesn't he see that I'm not a kid, although it sometimes seems? I wonder, does he kidnap the immature brats? Is it anyone who's never entered adolescence? If so, goddamn, I better get cracking, cause this motherfucker's all up on my ass. So I dash and thinking of only me, forget that I had arrived here with a household pet. But forget it, I'm only thinking of me, fuck that. I got a life to live and to finish this rap, but the bastard, his leash is latched to the back of my belt loop. He drags, I pull him on the grass, it's slowing me down. This hound's about to get my ass killed. I didn't ask for this, God, you're an asshole. My luck, Muhammad appears right in front of me. He's wearing a bonnet and pointing a gun at me. He looks happy, this has become laughable. How many deities have I become so bad to? I thought I was at least pals with Buddha, but then he appears too and starts to shoot at me, and I'm losing speed. And the dog's a demon, I mean literally, the mutt has become a fiend. And side note, a demonish fiend's what I mean, not a crack fiend. That's just another wax scene, it's obscene, it's a scene I'm seeing, but it's different. Trust me, it's all just nuts, like women. I think, wait a minute, what if Joseph Smith? Surely this Mormonism is more than a myth, but then he appears and starts raping Jesus, who also appears and is tarred and bedded. It's like a weird dream after cheese before bed. Fuck it, Shiva dropped in but landed on his head. That's like yoga tangling all the bones like a pretzel. I'll never get out of this, I'm a little upset, but guess who's coming down as I'm giving up, or up I should say, from the ground. Satan, he's on cloud 9, tripping MDMA, throwing around knives, bumping NWA, and starts to fillet all these righteous bastards responsible for these mass attacks over the past many years. Satan was happy cause all he had to do was sit back, relax, and observe that things would eventually happen. Cause people are so scared of being so bad. I say, that's ironic, yeah, he says, and it's over. All of these motherfuckers are gone, I'm alone, and I start to contemplate in my brain for the good of mankind, and guess what? It all starts again.
Once upon a drunken night, all on my own. 2 a.m. I've got no reason to go back home now. It's a long way home where no one is waiting, and I've got nobody but me. I've been all on this road too many nights, and I still got nobody to hold. It's a long way home. It's a long way home. It's a long way home on the other side of town. It's a long way home. It's a long way home. It's a long way home on the other side of town. All the street lights are blinking and the cops all around, and the sound of my silence is the loudest sound I can hear. Man, it's too easy to slip into my thoughts when I thought I'd conquered them all. It's a long way home. It's a long way home. It's a long way home on the other side of town. It's a long way home. It's a long way home. It's a long way home on the other side of town. Where no one is waiting, and I've got nobody but me. I've been all on this road too many nights, and I still got nobody to hold. It's a long way home. It's a long way home. It's a long way home to the other side of town. It's a long